This is BYD Song Plus, and this is one of the best-selling SUV in its market segment. It's been like that since the car debuted in 2020. After that, it had two facelifting. One was a pretty major facelifting. In July 2025, the BYD announced that they stopped production of this car. Why did they do like that, taking into account the popularity of the model? Because of this. This is the new Sea Lion 06 EV. This car is better, in my opinion, than Song Plus in all the details, all the specifications, and so on. This is 3.0 EVA platform, same as in Sea Lion 07 EV, 05 EV. Basically, this is completely different, much more modern car. Today we will analyze in which aspects this car is better. We will tell you about all the specifications. We will perform test drive, and of course I will tell you in details about the versions of this car. This car can be ordered from China. I can help you and sell to you to any country of the world. Subscribe to my channel, push the like button, and we are starting. We start with the body. The general size of the car is same as Song Plus. The length increased by only 3 centimeters, which is basically same, but the wheelbase increased by 55 millimeters, which is pretty significant. The carb weight of this car is about 2,000 kilos, depends on the battery. We have two batteries version in this model. The body is made full of steel, and we have here the more than 67% of the high-strength steel in the body crate. The total length is 4,810 millimeters, and the wheelbase now is 2,820 millimeters. Most of the outer panels made of steel. The back door is made of plastic. All other steel panels are zinc coated, galvanized zinc coating, including the inside body crate. It's fully galvanized, and also all the inside door panels, they also have zinc coating, which is of course extremely good. As this is the new 3.0 EVA platform, by default this car is rear-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive versions this model doesn't have and probably will never have. We have two motor options. With the smaller battery it is 231 horsepower, with bigger battery it's 245 horsepower, but the torque of both motors is exactly same, is 330 Newton meters, which allows you in all versions to accelerate from 0 to 100 in just 7.7 seconds, which is pretty quick, and for sure it will be safe and stable with the rear-wheel drive layout. The motor here is the new generation motor with 20,000 revolutions per minute, which gives high power and gives you high maximum speed. Taking into account gearbox here is basically just one gear. Basically it's not a gearbox at all. The motor here is 12-in-1 new revolution motor, which is very compact, includes all the inverters and motor steering in the same block. There are three versions of this car and two battery options. The basic version has battery which is 65 point something kilowatt hours, which is smaller than in the basic version of Song Plus before. There it was 71.8 kilowatt hours. The two top versions have the battery capacity 78 point something kilowatt hours, which is also smaller than in the Song Plus top versions, which had 87 kilowatt hours. Nevertheless, I have some thoughts which confirm that probably the range will be same as in the previous car, and BYD says the same. The CLTC with the smaller battery is 520 kilometers, exactly same as in the previous generation with bigger battery, and in the top version the CLTC range is 605 kilometers, exactly same as in the previous car with 87 kilowatt hours. First of all, because the motors are more effective, more high revolution per minute, they have more silicon carbide semiconductors and so on. And also the aerodynamics of this car is way better. Here we have the aerodynamic coefficient just 0.28. Also this aerodynamical wheels, no, they're basically same as in the previous version, but the whole design ensures better aerodynamics for sure. Those who are aware of current BYD range probably already predict that the smaller battery is 400-volt platform, like in this car. As you see, it's just 435 volts. It's a basically low voltage platform, relatively low voltage, but the bigger batteries are 800 volts platform, which support much faster charging. Of course, all the batteries are BYD blade of the latest generation, and the battery itself is cell-to-body integrated battery. One more interesting thing, which is difficult to explain for me for today, is the V2L system. Here at the charging ports of the car, the AC charging port is single phase, which is of course normal for Chinese cars. It's up to 7 kilowatts, and all the EV versions have 3.3 kilowatt of V2L power output. But the hybrid version, today we don't have hybrid Sea Lion 06 in this showroom, despite 3 days ago it was there. Top versions of hybrid car, which looks almost exactly the same, have V2L output up to 6 kilowatts, which for me is not actually understandable, and it's the first time I see something like that. Probably there is some technical explanation which I just simply don't know for today. But one of the most important changes to this new model brought by the EVOS 3.0 platform is the suspension. The front suspension is still McPherson, but now it's a 2 lower level suspension, more advanced, same as for example in BMW iX3. And actually, I've already performed the test drive. This suspension is amazing. It's extremely good. The car steering handling is perfect. And moreover, this car has the adaptive suspension. Basically, it's not adaptive, it's 2 modes of the softness of the shock absorbers. It's Uni and C suspension, same as, for example, in BYD Song L. And the difference between sport and comfort mode is very significant. I've already tried it. Both modes are very nice. The comfort is really comfort, the sport is really sport. Here, the suspension is premium level, to be honest. At the same time, the arms are made of steel, probably not expensive. The subframe is also made of steel, and the ground clearance under this plastic protection of the front subframe is 888 millimeters, which is also quite good. It's worth mentioning that it's now probably the cheapest car on the market with the variable suspension, the cheapest SUV. All the versions have it. Here, the ground clearance under the battery is even bigger. It's 209 millimeters. Everything is well protected. The battery is not more outreaching of the body. It's really new quality level of this platform. This is our Haishi Lingqi Sea Lion 06. I have got Autopilot system. From the back, the chassis looks much better than in the old Song Plus. The ground clearance under the rear motor is 214 millimeters. Everything is well protected with plastic screens, pretty rigid. Here we have the 5-link multi-link suspension. The new platform brought the frunk. Before we didn't have any, now we have, and it's huge. 147 liter, just look how roomy is it. Everything is finished in a very nice way. Here we don't have the electric drive of the frunk, but we have gas struts, basically gas struts. The closing of this trunk is a pleasure. Okay, it's really pleasure. Usually it goes from the first time. All 3 versions look exactly the same. The I have got Autopilot with these side cameras in all 3 versions, 19-inch wheels in all 3 versions. The only difference from outside is the panoramic sunroof. In the basic version, this is the basic version, we don't have it. And we have this super thick metal sheet here, metal panel. It feels very thick. Usually modern roofs, they are made of, of some foil. Here it feels like 1 millimeter thickness of the steel. In other 2 versions, middle and top, we have the not openable huge panoramic sunroof with electric sunshade. All the remaining differences between the car versions are inside, but before we go inside, I will show you something from outside. These door handles with keyless entry in all versions are amazing. This is very thick plastic, and it reminds me the Audi A8 from the middle of 2005 or 2010. Very nice precision of working. I admire this door handles. Here we have the multi-layered soundproof glass only in the front doors, and sound insulation here is extremely good. Now we are inside of the basic version, and many things here it doesn't possess. First of all, there is no HUD, which is 26-inch HUD, which is available only in top version. Secondly, we don't have here the steering wheel heating, which is available in the top version. Here is just leather trimmed steering wheel. Thirdly, we have only 8 speakers in basic and middle version, but in the top version it's 12 speakers from Dynodia. And even wireless charger, 50 watts with cooling, here not have. In middle and top version we have it. Very beautiful slot with Alcantara and cooling. Other things are very nice here, the ergonomy is very nice and so on. And also we have the front seats with heating and ventilation by default. Look, even in the basic version we have it. 3 position of heating, 3-position of ventilation. Works very nice. And by the way, these seats are very good. BYD claimed they are 26% better than the average seat in the market. They are pretty nice, but there is no adjustment of the angle of seat cushion. But in the top version, we have the lumbar support adjustment. In middle and to basic version, we don't have it at all. Also, in the top version, we may have here the thermo box. We will have it certainly. It's by default in top version, which is classical from -6 degrees to +50 degrees. In this car, we don't have it. We just have a roomy box under this armrest. The instrument cluster exactly same as in most of the BYD. Here we have the 10.25 inches gauges, which are extremely informative, which has physical buttons to steer them. On the right side, we have classically the navigation, the acceleration time, the speed limit, the radio. On the left side, we have the energy consumption, we have the trip computer, and we have the tire pressure monitoring. Here we have the 15.6-inch screen, which is exactly same as in other BYD cars. But because here the adaptive suspension available, we have this Uni-N APP with the adjustment of steering assist mode, brake assist mode, and the suspension itself. Everything else is same as in other cars. By the way, of course, English we have in D-Link menu by default from factory. About the interior quality, here we have soft plastic, here we have something which looks like Alcantara, but it's not. Here we have the fake leather trim, here we have the basic, quite basic plastic. On the central panel, basically the same. Here we have soft plastic. Here we can have the ambient lighting, but not in the basic version. Medium and top have it. In top, it's even dynamic audio lighting. Also, here would be some beautiful ambient lighting, not available in this particular car. Generally, the interior is much more simple than in Song Plus, but the quality of assembly, it's monolithic, monumental, no any cracking noise. It feels like made from single piece of stone. Even this plastic, no any cracking noise. It's amazing quality of assembly of interior, but it is really more simple, more close to Sea Lion 05 than to Song Plus. Now I'm sitting behind myself. BYD Song Plus was one of the best car in its segment for the second row comfort. This car feels exactly the same. A lot of space in front of my knees, high seat, low floor, floor is flat, the seat cushion is long, everything is super comfortable, very nice to sit here, to travel here, nice armrest. We have some basic regulation of the backrest angle. Yes, but it's very small, like in most budget SUVs, it doesn't help you too much. Here we have some pockets, here we have 2 USB ports, here we have the air conditioner vents deflectors. It's very not typical to sit in a car like that without any panoramic sunroof, but other versions have it. The second row is basically perfect. Electric tailgate in all versions by default, and for many buyers, it's more important to have electric tailgate in basic version than panoramic sunroof, which you don't use actually every day. The trunk is literally amazing. They say here is 757 liters. No, we don't have 757 liters here. Here it's maybe 550 to 600. But here, look at this huge niche. It's about 150 liters more. There was nothing like that in the BYD Song Plus. There was nothing at all. There was completely flat, cheap floor without any usage of it. Just some people in some countries added the spare tire under the floor from there. Here we have perfect trunk. I will show you the infography right now. When we fold these seats, we have more than 1,600 liters with a completely flat floor. Yes, the trim here is basic plastic, but the trunk itself is super amazing and practical. Now it's time to perform the test drive of this beauty. This is the middle version, but in terms of technique, it's same as the top. 245 horsepower on the rear axle, biggest battery, so we start. I have already driven about 7 to 10 kilometers in this car. It's amazing. It's amazing. This is already the breed of BYD. In this car, basically you can change this car from BMW or even Mercedes and you feel it very nice. Suspension is extremely nice. Now we are in the sport mode of the suspension. We also can shift to comfort mode. It will be more comfortable. The sound insulation, extremely good. Really extremely good. Just several times I heard some bumpy sound from the rear suspension, but it was really super small. We can omit it. Seat position, ergonomy, view, everything is completely perfect in my opinion. Here we will make the fastest possible acceleration from these traffic lights. We are in sport mode, even ESC is off. Let's go. And this is pretty slow. This is pretty slow. I feel it even slower than the BYD Song Plus. It's my opinion, but it's already pretty high speed. Nevertheless, even from 60, you don't have any huge feeling of the power, any power wave you don't feel here. And this is maybe the only small disappointment which I met in this car. 245 horsepower of electric vehicle in a sport mode should feel more powerful. Everything else is literally perfect. Union, comfort and sport mode, they both work, they both feel different. The steering assist mode, comfort and sport, feel very different, same as the brake assist mode. And in the sport mode of the steering wheel is almost same in a Volkswagen ID.4, which is a pretty driver's car in my opinion. This car still possesses many physical buttons, which is very good, which I like so much. Here we have a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, the driving mode selections, the new type of the understeering shifters like in the new Sea Lion 05. Yes, in this sport mode the steering is very sharp, it's very nice. It's finally the medium-sized BYD SUV we can call a driver's car. Basically it's nice to drive. You feel the zero of the steering wheel, the rotation of steering wheel is very small ratio, so when you do just like this, the car already changes the lane. At the same time, we have extremely nice energy consumption. The cumulative energy consumption is 18.2 and the energy consumption past last 50 kilometers is 19.8, but I was driving pretty aggressively. Also, here we have the tire pressure monitoring display, which shows us 280 kPa, and I would make it even a little smaller, but still the car is surprisingly comfortable. The mirrors, the armrest, everything literally perfect. We already can feel that this is the new breed of BYD. This is very high level of the car, and the sound installation is literally perfect. It's extremely good. You cannot desire anything better in the medium range price SUVs. It's for sure good. Now we are driving more than 100 kilometers and basically I only hear the front tires and it's not annoying. Generally the sound installation is good. Now we are checking the adaptive cruise control. It's based on D-Link 100, the entry level but full autopilot. I have got autopilot in system of BYD and it's extremely bad. It's extreme. What are you doing? No, it's very bad. It didn't change. It changed the lane by itself without any turning light signal. It doesn't recognize the traffic light. Okay, the manager told me it's working bad, to be honest. Probably they will fix it with some new updates, but it just drags the wheel like this without any reason. It doesn't follow the line. It all the time tells you to put your hands on the steering wheel, even though one hand is already on the steering wheel. And now activation failed. It says just you should be in the center of the lane, but I'm already in the center of the lane. This system is one of the worst I have ever experienced. Same as Sea Lion 05, I experienced very bad autopilot system, also same system, and I truly believe they will fix it very soon. The car deals with road imperfections in extremely amazing way. Extremely amazing. In both comfort and sport modes, this suspension works perfectly. They added the double lever front McPherson suspension and it worked. It worked. Suspension is basically same as in BMW many models. I really like this car. I feel that BYD has already their own level and their own perfection of their breed. It's extremely good to drive. Now I would like to show you the turning radius, turning angle of this car. It's good. It's rear-wheel drive platform. All other cars based on this platform with single motor have extremely good turning radius. Yeah, like this. It's a pleasure to park this car. This is one of the best SUV in the world. It feels like BYD collected a lot of reviews on their Song Plus for like 5 years while producing it and improved everything, just everything. Here we have everything you need. At least for this price, you cannot want anything more. The price starts from about 20,000 USD in China for basic version to about 24,000 USD for the top version, which is completely incredible. I don't need add anything to this car for this budget. Of course, it could have massage, but it would be just more expensive. Of course, it could have some fragrance system, but it would be just more expensive. The only thing they should improve the adaptive cruise control, the basically autopiloting system, but I'm sure they will do it with some update. In all other terms, this is genuine, truly perfect SUV. If you want to get one from China, it's possible. We have cars in stock. Contact me directly. Push the like button, leave a comment, and of course, share this video with your friends if you like.